Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. We're going to talk about sex and the DL narcissist. Unfortunately, I know this. I know about this. Let's go back from the beginning though. Many of these DL men were traumatized as a very small boy, a very small young boy, by their own mothers. I know this is shocking, but yeah, a narcissist mother is prone to have sex with her son, especially if the family is that dysfunctional that the husband is maybe they're both alcoholics or on drugs or whatever the situation could be, but it's like very low vibrational where these things happen. And the mother will have sex with her son, and the son grows up hating women. Hating women because for the mother it's just a sexual act. There's no love in it or anything like that. It's not. And if she's narcissist, which she is, if she does this, she's not showing love to him anyway, in any form. You see, because they don't love themselves, so they can't love anybody else. And she can easily have sex with her own son to replace her husband. Whether the husband is in the house or out of the house or whatever the situation is, she targeted her son to have sex with. So now this young boy, he doesn't like this. He hates it. But he doesn't know how to handle it. He knows it's wrong. But what is he going to do? It's his mother. He's torn between loving his mother and hating his mother. And see, mothers are a son's first love. First love in life. A son loves his mother. But if his mother is not loving him, and plus if she's crossed the line and having sex with him, it's a very damaging thing to the soul. So now he grows up hating women, but he finds affection from another man. You see? Whether he initiates it, which he probably does, because he's accepted sex with his mother and probably has looked at his own sisters, if he hasn't already crossed the line with them, and the demon is right on his back. So now here he is with this demon, and he likes men. He prefers to have sex with men because he hates women. You see where that hate comes from? He's confused, but it's so deeply embedded. And this demon has been talking to him since all this happened, when he was a kid. You see? So he's grown accustomed to doing things a certain way. So now, here he is, out in the world. He doesn't want anybody to know that he likes men. He doesn't want anybody to know that. So, he finds him a very nice-looking woman, because the camouflage needs to be convincing. A very nice-looking woman who has some sort of status and probably has her own, I'll say, empire. So now He comes along. You see? And he love bombs her until he gets her. Because he wants to live in comfort and do his thing on the side. Okay? So now, let's get to you and the DL narcissist. How do you know if you're with a DL? Number one, they do drop clues. And those clues just, cause, see, it's human nature for a person that's doing wrong to want to tell. Something in them wants to tell it, you see? So he'll drop little clues of what he's into. Now, for instance, hopefully I'm talking to somebody who's in a committed relationship. Okay? You know, if you've let these clues just go by or act like you don't even care, which you should care. You should care. So now, number one, he really doesn't like you, but he likes the environment, you see? And if he can slip off and do his thing and you not bother him, then everything is cool. And you think it's cool because he's not bothering you for sex all the time. And you don't care. You don't care. You see? You probably like the relief. You know, in the beginning, yeah, he'll give you sex. You see? Because in the beginning, he's trying to capture you in his web. So yeah, the sex will probably be good. But once he's got you and the real him comes out, he wouldn't have sex with you as much. And when he does have sex with you, he either wants it in the butt or he wants you to blow him. Now some men, DL men, their companions, all they want is for you to go down and blow them. That's all he wants from you. That's all he wants from you. That's a red flag. Something's up with that. See, he doesn't like, all right, he doesn't like pussy. Period. He does not like it. He doesn't like the way it smells. He doesn't like the way it gets moist and ready. Doesn't like any of that. Any of that. You see? So he's not about to put his face in it. You know? And sometimes even if you ask him for that, he'll say, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So, you know, a lot of times we'll just let that just go by, but you ought to be saying, so what do you feel comfortable with? A dick? You see, a lot of times we don't ask enough questions. We just say, you know, that's just the way he is, you know, because we want to keep him. We like him coming around, or we like the money that he gives, or whatever the hell. We bend over backwards for these men to just tear us down to nothing. Tear you down to nothing. And when he's done that, he's going to discard you. Doesn't care anything about your feelings at all, because he never loved you in the first place. He's only built an illusion for you. And you just sucked it in, you know. And even when he starts acting funny, you just say, well, he's just going through some changes or whatever. You know, if he's not the type that likes to fight with you and things like that, you see, you just let it slip by. And another thing about them, they're very needy. So narcissists always need for you to be doing something for them because they have no self-esteem at all and they need your adoration. So even in sex, you got to be doing it for them, not the other way around. They're not there for you. You are there to supply them. And if they don't like the female sex organ, you just out. You just out. And don't think because he's not having sex with you that he's out seeing another woman. That's another thing that women fall short with. They figure if he's not doing you and you know he's cheating with something, you think it's some woman, so you set out trying to find who the woman is. And it could be his best friend sitting right there. It's whoever he's spending a lot of time with, because that's a cover too. Now he will, he's not even treating that person like they're committed or anything, because he's having sex all over the place for different reasons. For different reasons. You see? But with you, it is destroying you to be with this person. Now, some clues that something's up with his sex life. If you're having sex with this man, and all right, I'm going to get a little rough here, okay? So hold on. He's laying on his back. You see? You're doing him oral. All of a sudden, he lifts up his legs just like a woman would, because he wants you to penetrate in his ass while you're doing. You see, that's a gay move. Gay men do that. They give a man oral, and another man will be sticking it in his ass. So if your man does that move on you, you should know right away what's up. That's a gay move. If he only wants oral sex from you, that's another gay move. If he only wants it in the behind. Now let me go back on that, because I'm talking about the DL men. Now, there are probably men out there who like anal sex or whatever, and I'm not saying that they're all DL or gay or anything like that. It's just that's what they've tried with women, and that's what they like. But it's with a DL man, he doesn't like pussy at all. He'll tolerate it. He'll tolerate it for you. Sticking it in, he is not touching really, He'll stick his dick in anything. He don't matter. But he's not going to put his mouth on it. He's not going to do that. He probably had to do that to his mother. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's happening. It's happening. It's even happening with girls and their mothers and their narcissistic mothers. It's happening there too. But I don't have any experience with I don't have any experience with that. Only with the DL narcissist. And that's what I come to tell you about. Be aware of when he is with you. You're not going to get any intimacy. You're not going to get where he just comes and hugs you and he loves you and makes you feel like he loves you. And no. in the beginning, during the love bombing stage, you'll get that. But once he feels like he has you, all of that is gone. You know, like men say that women change after marriage, soon as they get married. No, it's them that change after they get married. Because most men, you know what, I'll take that back. I was about to say most men don't really want to get married, but I'll take that back because I don't have the facts to back that up, so I'll take that back. But DL men marry so that no one will suspect and have children. So nobody will suspect that they are down low narcissists. That's right. Down low narcissist. And a lot of them, you know, I kind of touched on in my last video, say no to open relationships. A lot of them will say, let's have an open relationship. That's because he wants to be with his male friends without, of course, you would never think that's what he's doing, but that is what he's doing. A grown man that has a family, his commitment should be with his family, not out all times of night and days and whatever, partying, whatever, with his buddies. There's something up with that. There's something up with that. And all these 100 black men and all that bullshit. And all these sororities, these fraternities, these men fraternities. It's all happening, ladies. Wake up. Wake up. It's time for us to wake up and take our power back. And they're also extremely homophobic. Extremely so. So, I know when I was with mine, I used to ask him, what's your problem with gay people? You know? Why are you always downing them and talking about it? What's that all about? So I think they do that because that's that guilt complex. They don't want you to even suspect that they're gay. So I think that's why they overemphasize their problem with gay people. And another thing about the DL narcissists, the gay men don't even like them. They don't like them. Nobody likes that evil narcissist because now he'll only show his true colors to people that he's sexually involved with. They'll get to see it, but other people won't. They just think he's just a lovely guy. He's just a nice guy. Don't be taken in by that. No, don't be taken in by that. You need to know more about him with your legs closed. With your legs closed, that's the only way that you're going to get to know who you're dealing with. That's right. Who you're dealing with. And how many lives has he destroyed already before you? You need to know these things. Don't let these people come into your life like that. You don't need them. And if you feel like you need them, you need to heal. You need to heal. Get some spiritual healing. And begin loving yourself. Loving yourself. A person that doesn't love themselves cannot possibly love you. Cannot possibly love you. You see? And a DL narcissist does not love himself. You know, and another thing about them is that these DL narcissists don't consider themselves as being gay. One fellow told me one time, he says, so if you're out at a party or something and, you know, his butt is there and I did it, does that make me gay? I say, yes, it does. That's what I say. I say, yeah, it does. Because my definition of being gay is that a man prefers and has sex with men. With men. That's my definition. But apparently the DL man has a different definition, because many of them claim that they are not gay. So what are they? They are an abomination. I'm going to go to the spiritual realm now. They are an abomination. And they are cursed. Cursed. Okay? But women, don't be with these men, because their energy will become your energy. And you will be tied. You know, you may have heard of soul ties or not, but there are such a thing. You can be tied down to that energy. And it is not good for your health, for your well-being, for your divine being at all. You need to depart from that sort of thing. Now, if you're, you know, you could be in a relationship, you can't just up and leave, or you just can't afford to up and leave, okay? If you have to stay in a situation like that, I would suggest that you shut it down. You do not have sex with him anymore. Anymore. Number one, he's a narcissist. And he treating you like hell anyway. You understand? You just sticking around. You got reasons for sticking around, whether it's the kids or money or whatever. You're sticking around, holding on as long as you can, letting this demon do whatever he can think of doing to you and behind your back. And plus, when he's out there, believe me, he's not saying good things about you. He's probably tearing you down to other people so that when he gets rid of you, it's no big thing. You see? And some of these couples who have been together for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, I'm also a photographer, so, I see, I have the occasion to do weddings and receptions and things like that. And looking through the lens of a camera, it's like looking into a person's soul. You really can see things that the naked eye wouldn't pick up. Ladies, wake up, open your eyes, and if you are in a situation like that and you can't get out of it, you got to ride it out. Start doing something for yourself. Putting something away for yourself. You see? So that when you go to your space with those things for yourself, you can feel better about yourself. You can feel you don't always have to be subjected to him, because, you know, he's going to own everything anyway. It's his thing, not your thing. So, anywho, the DL narcissist is one of the worst men that you could run into. And I'm telling you, unless he is a grandiose narcissist, you won't even see him in his covert way. You won't even see him coming. He's just a nice guy, you know? And he can be in any profession at all. But in your eyes, if you see him, he's a nice fella. And he may meet all the other criteria. He may have, you know, double what you have. You see? He could be educated. He could be handsome. He could be all of these things. But if you see some of the signs that I say in this video and other videos, don't overlook those signs. Step back a minute, because you don't want to get so deep into something that you feel like you can't get out of. And the thing is, you can feel like you can't get out of it, but believe me, he can walk away from it without a thought. Without a thought. Like you never existed. So, ladies, love yourself. Love yourself. And I hope that I've said something that can help somebody with this information, because knowledge is what? Is power. So, thank you for viewing this video, and hope to see you next time.